Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. We're here, everyone. And I know it's been a while. I've still got a ton of videos on the back burner that I've just left sitting there for reasons explained in previous update videos. But yeah, we're here. We are here. This is Elements of Justice, Crusading for a Turnabout, Case 2, Episode 3, The Trial. This came out a few days ago. I haven't had a chance to react to it until now. And yes, forgive me for how scruffy I look. I haven't had a chance to take a shower or anything yet. I might do that later. Obviously, as per usual, this is a long-ass video. 2.5 hours. This will obviously be cut into... I'll be breaking this up into smaller videos. Probably I'll be keeping an eye on how long I'm recording, and I'll be stopping around the 30-minute mark per video. I promise that I will actually work on getting these out. I'm probably going to try and do something with one of the other videos on the back burner soon. I really need to do the MLP movie because I promised that I'll react to it. I have reacted to it, but I haven't finished editing the video yet because as I've mentioned previously, I have basically given up on BitChute because it just won't work for me. It won't ever upload videos hardly anymore, and from what I've read, it's a common issue actually to do with their servers being overloaded. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try and put it up on YouTube and pray that if I cut out enough that I can cut out enough, well, it won't get copyright struck, but that it'll still, work as a reaction. But I don't have to worry about that with this. This is fan content, which means it will be as little editing as I need to do. It'll be my intro and my outro, and if there's anything in the middle that I need to deal with, then I'll deal with it. But otherwise, this is just going to be raw reaction, baby. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I am so fucking hyped. I think they've got a... Oh! Celestia just looks so...
Okay. First trial in Equestria, no big deal. It'll just be like any other.
Except with magic, and 2 kids as defendants, and no help from Phoenix or Apollo.
Legit? Can you say something positive for a change?
I am positive that this trial will be anything but a cakewalk.
Why do I keep you on all the time?
I see what you did there.
Athena! There you are! Where have you been all morning? We were looking everywhere for you.
Sorry, Twilight. I got up early to run a few laps around the castle. As soon as I was done, I rushed over here.
But you were already up late last night. How many hours did you actually sleep?
Sleep is for the weak.
About 3, I'd say.
Oof.
Did you at least get something to eat?
I had something to drink after my laps. Nothing like some freshly squeezed orange juice after a good workout.
Just don't let Applejack hear that.
What was that?
Nothing.
Yep.
Trust me, Twilight. This is nothing out of the ordinary for Athena.
Not exactly a great idea to tire yourself out before the trial even starts, though, is it?
Hey! At least I'm getting some exercise, Mr. Overnight Instant Noodles and Comics.
It's called manga, and it's art.
You two could learn a lot.
Oh!
I always make sure I'm well
I-
rested before a performance, just to be safe.
I am so blind. I just now realized that these are the 3D models.
You're still worried about defending both Scootaloo and Turning Page, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little bit. but I'm fine. I'm just a little on edge, you know?
Well, don't worry, Athena. I'm going to be right there with you throughout the trial.
No
You're
more
right.
pixelated Phoenix and Co.
Thanks again, Twilight, for agreeing to be my aid.
I knew
No
that they were going to
problem,
do that, but
Athena.
I thought it was
I'm
later.
certainly
I didn't
gonna
know they
need
were
the
doing it
help,
now.
That's for sure.
Speaking of those kids, where are they? They should have been brought here by now.
Apparently, the prosecutor wanted to have one last conversation with
The
them before the
prosecutor!
trial started.
Is it
They should be
Sakura?
here any minute.
Hopefully soon. The trial's about to start.
By the way, Twilight, did you manage to get any info about the prosecutor?
No,
Wait,
Of course not.
they didn't even tell you?
no, they didn't. I'm sorry, Athena,
Okay, they're making a really big deal out of
For
this.
what?
for not being able to find out who the prosecutor is. I gave you my word that I would, after all.
Twilight, it's okay, really. I mean, it's not like it would make that much of a difference, right?
Would it
The
though?
second we walk through those doors, we're gonna find out exactly
Yeah.
who the prosecutor is anyway.
Then
You
can we
did
hurry
the
up and
best
walk
you could,
through,
Twilight.
please? I want to know.
That's all anyone could ask for.
Making a really big deal out of it. Scoots!
Good morning, every pony. Especially to you, Princess Twilight.
Turning, there's no need to bow to me, really.
What do you mean? Of course there is. You're taking time out of your busy schedule to help defend Miss Scootaloo and me. I'm eternally grateful, Princess.
Wait, how did you know I was assisting the defense?
Oh, well, it was the prosecutor. They told us to be aware of your presence today.
Why does it always feel like we're being left in the dark?
Yeah.
We don't know anything about the prosecution, but somehow they already know about us? And they told Turning and Scootaloo?
Miss Sykes, Princess Twilight,
Yes, Turning?
I have a request. I want you both to focus on Miss Scootaloo. I don't care what happens to me, but you must defend Scootaloo no matter what. She's innocent. I know it. If worse comes to worse, let me take the blame and just save her.
What?
Turning, no!
Do you realize what'll happen if we do that? If you're found guilty, you'll be banished from Equestria.
I know that. But that's a price I'm willing to pay. If it means Miss Scootaloo is saved.
He's absolutely serious about this.
Defend me if you must. But just know that if I think things start to look bad, I won't hesitate to confess if it means saving her.
No! You're innocent too! You can't throw your life away just for me, Turning! I won't let you! Besides, think of your mom. She just lost your dad after all. If you end up banished...
She'll be fine. Besides,
I don't think she
you'd
would.
understand. Sometimes sacrifices need to be made. It's my duty, as a future member of the Royal Guard. If even one life is spared, no matter whose, I'd have no regrets.
Oops.
Don't worry, Scootaloo. If what the prosecutor said is true, then we shouldn't have to worry at all.
Who's the
I'm
prosecutor?
just stating this as a last resort, in case
Who
things
is
don't
it?
go according to plan.
Right.
This mystery prosecutor is making secret plans with the defendants as well? You know what? I'm not gonna just stand there twiddling my thumbs.
That's right.
It's time
Come
for
on.
some answers.
Who
All
is it?
right.
Who is it? Who is it?
Just who exactly is the prosecutor? And what
Is it
exactly
Sakura?
did they say to you two?
I'm sorry, Miss Sykes.
What the fuck?
We were told not to tell you anything about the prosecutor's identity or plan.
Why?
What's the deal? Why are they being so secretive?
I don't know, but it's starting to get on my nerves.
You and me both.
Scoots! Turning! You guys doing alright? Yeah, I'm fine, Apple Bloom.
I am. Thank you for asking.
Hey, Squirt! You doing okay? Yeah.
I do know
I just can't believe
that they
I'm
lost
going
their
on
voice
trial.
actor for, I think it
Yeah,
was Phoenix
feels
and
pretty
Rarity.
Crazy, huh? It's okay
Uh,
though. You
I'm
made
pretty
it through
sure
the
they
worst
got
part.
new ones to
All
replace
you
them. I just
gotta
don't know
do
who they are
now
yet.
is sit tight and wait
So,
for
but
Athena to prove that you didn't do it.
future stuff is
I'm
probably
glad
gonna have
you've all come
different
out to
voice
support
actors
Scootaloo
in
in
it.
turning.
Well, most of us, darling.
Sweetie Belle.
A certain some pony didn't want to get out
What
of
does
bed
she
today.
know?
I practically had to drag her to the courthouse. Oh, well, that makes sense, I guess. She was
What does
feeling
she
sick
know?
yesterday,
She
wasn't
knows
she?
something.
She doesn't seem like she's ill at all.
Hello,
Be quiet.
Miss Sykes. What's going on?
Well, you see...
Ladybell didn't want to help us investigate the case.
God damn it, Widget.
What?
No, that's... Oh, Widget!
Sweetie Belle? What's this about? Oh, no! It's not like that at all! It's not like I don't want to help. I'm just so sure that Scootaloo is innocent, and I
Don't
know that Princess Twilight
lie.
and Miss Sykes will be able to prove it without my help. Sweetie. That's how it works, right? In court, the truth will come out no matter what. You didn't even want to try and help, though? Sweetie Belle! What are you talking about? We're the Cutie Mark Crusaders. We do everything together. And that includes helping each other out no matter what. We've had each other's backs ever since we started looking for our cutie marks. That's the whole reason why we're friends in the first place. So why aren't you helping now?
Apple Bloom? Sweetie Belle? I know this is a rough time for y'all, but this ain't the time or place to be having this discussion.
I want to help Scootaloo. Really, I do. But considering what she did, I didn't want to get in the way and make things worse. Like you did. What's that supposed to mean? Sweetie Belle, apologize to Apple Bloom. What are you talking about, Sweetie Belle? What did I do? You know what you did! You stole some fabric from Carousel Boutique the other night! You went into the forest and gave it to Diamond's Yard Silver Spoon, didn't you? In exchange for your scooter?
Girls, that's enough. This ain't...
Wait a minute. Sweetie Belle, how did you know that Scootaloo stole the
Because
fabric in the first place?
Scoots and Turning aren't as sneaky as they think.
Yeah, how did you know about that?
And she's gone.
What are you hiding from us, Sweetie Belle? Rainbow, that is quite enough. No, she's clearly keeping quiet about something. And if
This
it can
isn't
help
good.
Scootaloo, then she needs to tell us.
You need to calm down, Rainbow. You're not helping any pony by scaring Sweetie Belle.
I just knew, all right? Something didn't seem right when Turning showed up in the middle of the night to say hello, so I figured something was up. I checked around the boutique after he left and noticed one roll of golden silk was missing. That's all! See, there you go, Rainbow. A perfectly reasonable explanation. I don't buy it. Look at her. She's shaking like a leaf. I think she's still hiding
She had
something.
locks
Now
on her, didn't she?
Tell us what happened. You followed them there, didn't you?
Rainbow, back off.
Look, I need to go. I'll see you all in there, okay? Sweetie Belle! I'll go after her. But you and I are going to have a serious talk later, Rainbow Dash.
Consarn it, Rainbow.
What a mess.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
I just don't get it. Why would Sweetie Belle doubt Scootaloo? Aren't they all good friends?
They are. But I don't know.
Even close friends can still doubt each other. But not typically without a very good reason.
If I could have everybody's attention, the trial is about to begin. Will the defendants and their attorney please make their way into the courtroom?
Here we go.
Shit.
Deep breaths, Athena.
Bob's sweaty.
Don't worry, you've got this. Remember to focus and you'll be able to prove your client's innocence.
Just believe in yourself, okay?
Thanks, you guys.
I know this is a big step for you as a lawyer, but we all start somewhere. It's time for you to take that next leap forward. I'm confident you'll succeed. You'll always have my full support.
Boss. We got this. Right, Twilight?
Of course, Athena. Now, let's go.
Who is it? Wait, it's Valentine's Day? Or Hearts and Who's Day? Is it Sakura? Who is it? Who? God damn it!
Court is now in session for the trial of Scootaloo and Turning Page. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
Who? They're not there.
That's weird. The prosecution is missing. Wait, why is the judge still here?
Prosecution, defense, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. But, you're still here then?
You didn't think I'd go straight back home, did you? I figured I'd just take a short vacation. In
The
this
judge doing what all of us
world.
would do.
Is it really a vacation if you're still working?
I truly do love it here in Equestria. After I'm done with today's trial, I plan on doing some sightseeing for a few days before I head back home. I know I said I wasn't interested before, but I'm thinking of checking out that race Prince Blueblood mentioned. I'll admit I don't have much experience with them, but I suppose it could be fun to watch.
Damn it! You people know what you're doing!
If you know of any other sights I could catch in Equestria, I'd greatly appreciate being told about them.
I'll let you know, Your Honor.
You know what you're doing. You bastards know what you're
Why are
doing.
you here exactly, Your Honor? In court, I mean.
Well, actually, it was Princess Celestia who asked me to preside over this trial.
Wait, Princess Celestia asked you? Why?
I'm sorry, Miss Sparkle, but I'm afraid I don't have that answer. The
Bastards
letter I
know what you're doing.
received simply asked if I would be willing to preside over the trial, and I agreed.
That's odd.
The
Wasn't
prosecutor!
that supposed to be one of Princess Celestia's responsibilities?
It's Luna,
the
isn't
only
it?
reason she wasn't the judge for the previous trial was because Twilight specifically requested it.
She would be a conflict
But
of
that
interest
doesn't seem
if
to be
Luna
the
is
case
the
this
prosecutor.
time. Just what is
It's
going
Luna,
on
isn't it?
here?
In any case, we should get started with the trial. Prosecution, I have still yet to hear your answer. Are you ready?
There's no one there.
Forget hearing their answer. I'd settle for just seeing them.
You and me both, Athena.
If the prosecution is not prepared, then it would appear that I will have to postpone the trial until they arrive. Very well. Court is...
Hold it!
My apologies, Your Honor.
It's
the
Luna.
Prosecution is ready.
Yes! Yes!
Time. Huh? Wait. She has wings? And
Holy shit!
does that mean...
Oh? And who might you be?
She's on the wall
I am
behind
Princess Luna. A pleasure to meet you, Your Honor.
A princess?
Ah, yes. I do recall receiving a message that the original prosecutor for this case chose to allocate their duties to another.
Who was the original?
Regardless, that is no excuse to be late to court, Princess?
Just prosecutor will do, Your Honor. And I understand. My sincerest apologies. A colleague of mine had something they wished to discuss with me, and so it delayed my arrival. Nevertheless, the prosecution is now prepared.
The prosecution has
Very
been
well.
doubled.
Princess Luna, huh? So she is an alicorn, just like Twilight. I suppose that makes sense, given that she's a princess and all. That name, though, it sounds familiar. Wait!
It was where Equestria's current rulers, Princess Celestia and Luna, used to live.
Oh, that's right! She's one of Equestria's leaders. Just my luck. How am I supposed to keep up with the ruler of an entire country? Okay, relax. Just focus on the case. Still, something about her appearance. Have I seen her somewhere before? Hey, Twilight, Twilight? What's wrong?
Princess Luna? What are you doing here?
Ah, Twilight Sparkle. I heard that you would be assisting the defense today.
Heard? I think it's more likely that you found out during your nightly stroll. Am I right?
I should have expected you'd know. You've always been the clever one.
What the heck are they talking about?
Nevertheless, Miss Sparkle, the reason I'm here is quite simple. It is my duty to uphold the laws of Equestria. I am simply fulfilling that duty, regardless of whom it is I may be prosecuting, be they adult or child, friend or foe. I plan to fulfill my responsibility to the fullest. But of course, being the clever pony that you are, I'm sure you could have guessed that, couldn't you?
Why is Luna being a bitch?
As for you, Defense...
Huh? Me?
I must confess, I was hoping that the Blue Phoenix would stand against me.
Blue Phoenix?
His efforts during the TS5 case and the case from 2 days ago were certainly admirable, twice proving there was no murder in our peaceful country. So, imagine my surprise when I learned that you would be the lead on this case instead. You, whom I have only heard of in hearsay and whispers that began spreading after the trial in Manhattan. I look forward to seeing if you can hold yourself up to the same standards that the Blue Phoenix has set.
She's doing this as a challenge.
You'll see. I will live up to his example. With Twilight by my side, Scootaloo and Turning Page are as good as free.
Is that so? Well, that's wonderful to hear.
And with that, let us resume this trial. Prosecutor Luna, you may make your opening statement.
At once, Your Honor.
All right, let's do this! Ready, Twilight?
What?
Twilight?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Right, let's get this started.
Today's proceedings shall center around the murder of Royal Order, who had just returned home from Canterlot the night he was killed. He was a member of the Royal Guard.
What? A guard pony was killed? Not just killed, he was murdered.
What does this mean? Are we still safe?
Rest assured, my little ponies, that there is no cause for alarm. We anticipated this would be the public's reaction to this news. That is why we withheld this information until we had all the facts.
That's right. Private Eye mentioned something about keeping the victim's identity a secret from the public. Looks like that was the right call.
Now that we have investigated this matter in full, we are ready to present the truth behind this stallion's death to the court and the public. I will begin by submitting the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts the
Synthwave
report as
soundtrack.
evidence.
Alright, simple death was instant. Several post-mortem stab wounds found at same spot. Wait.
The time
Wait. That's not what I needed. I need this.
I was able to confirm this during their exam.
Hang on. Post-mortem stab wounds found at same spot. Large bruise on left side of torso. Ante-mortem. Before death. He was under the effects of poison joke? Weak knees. I'm sure I didn't have to do that. She's probably about to explain this, but I wanted to read it for myself.
The time of death is estimated to be on the evening of February 12th between 9:30 p.m., when the victim was last seen, and 10:30 p.m., when the body was discovered. The coroner was able to confirm this during their examination of the body. Death came as the result of a single stab wound to the right side of the victim's head.
A single lethal strike, then?
It's not quite that simple, Your Honor. There was only one visible wound, but he appears to have been stabbed at least twice. Whether or not this was caused by a single weapon or multiple weapons is unclear. What we do know for certain is that the victim died instantly after just a single stab. All subsequent stabs the victim suffered were post-mortem.
In other words, the only thing we need to be concerned with is figuring out how the victim suffered his initial stab wound. That's what killed him.
Additionally, we discovered a large bruise on the left side of the victim's torso, indicating that he was struck by some sort of object. However, unlike the subsequent stab wounds, the victim received this bruise before he died.
I see.
What I'm still wondering is, why did the killer stab the victim in the head of all places? That's way too bizarre to not be important.
Actually, that's the quickest
There's
way to
still one more
kill someone.
point in this autopsy report that confuses me, though.
I assume you're referring to the affliction the victim was suffering?
Yes.
That's correct. This poison joke. I've done my research on Equestria, but I'm afraid my studies didn't quite cover this topic.
There's no need to worry, Your Honor. I shall explain. Poison joke is a rare type of flower, native only to the everfree forest. It is relatively harmless, but should one so much as touch the plant, they will be afflicted with a bizarre condition unique to every individual.
Yeah, this is all stuff that Twilight mentioned yesterday.
In the case of Royal Order, the affliction he suffered was weak knees. Ironic that a member of the Royal Guard would be afflicted with a condition that makes it difficult to stand tall.
More and more it's seeming like he just fell to his death.
As for the body itself, it was discovered at the foot of the bridge leading to the castle of the two sisters.
How did he fall?
As you can see on this diagram, the castle ruins lie at the very end of the path that cuts through the everfree forest. We also have an additional diagram here that gives us a closer look at the crime scene itself. The X we've marked on here is representative of where the body was at the time of its discovery. Lastly, the prosecution wishes to submit this photo of the crime scene to the court. The victim's body had already been removed for autopsy by the time it was taken, but we laid out tape to mark its exact positioning.
Very well. The court accepts the diagrams and photo as evidence.
The ponies accused of committing this wretched crime are Turning Page, the son of the victim, and Scootaloo, a friend of Turning's.
It is rather difficult for me to believe that these two children would do something like this, though. Not to mention the fact that one of the two standing accused is the victim's own son.
It's certainly a rather tough pill to swallow, but I am certain that, in time, you will come to see that these two were the only ones capable of committing this crime.
This is not going to be an easy
You better
trial.
have some pretty substantial evidence to back up your claims,
I'm sure she
Prosecutor
does.
Luna.
Unfortunately, I doubt
These
Luna
are
would make such an
children's lives
accusation
at
without.
stake.
Trust me, Your Honor. It brings me no pleasure to prosecute these young souls. However, justice must still be served. In the eyes of the law, every pony is equal. Age is a non-issue. I trust that you, too, know this, and will remain impartial in your judgment?
Certainly, Prosecutor Luna. That is the duty of a judge, after all.
I'm glad to hear that, Your Honor.
Well then, defense, what is your stance regarding the charges filed against your clients?
Your Honor, we stand by our plea of not guilty. The defendants, Turning Page and Scootaloo, are both completely innocent of the charges filed against them.
The court acknowledges the defense's position. Now then, let's hear from the prosecution's first witness.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call the detective in charge of this investigation, Private Eye, to the stand.
Very well.
All right. Private Eye's up first, then. Hopefully he doesn't say anything too damaging.
I'm going to stop this part right here. We've been going for just right at 30 minutes. It's actually just a little over now. So I will be back right off the bat to continue this, possibly with some food, so you might have to be prepared for that. I hope the audio is doing good in this. The video is rather loud, but hopefully it's not too much. And yeah, I remember someone in the EOJ Discord back when we were shortly after the last episode was released, and we were all kind of talking about who the prosecutor might be, bouncing ideas back and forth. Someone mentioned that they thought it might be Luna. Looks like you were right. The minute that I found out that Celestia had personally requested that the judge preside over this trial, that triggered it, because it was like, why would she do that? And the only reason is that it would be a conflict of interest if she was the judge. So the only reason it would be a conflict of interest is if Luna was the prosecutor. But apparently she wasn't supposed to be the prosecutor. Who was supposed to be the prosecutor is my question. It is interesting though, because typically the prosecutors from what I know of them from Ace Attorney, tend to be, arrogant pricks. Luna is not that. Okay, she's clearly kind of taking this as a bit of a challenge, which doesn't necessarily make her a bitch, really. It's just she's taking it as a challenge. And she is doing it for the right reasons, I suppose, to uphold the law and, do what she thinks is right. It is worrying, though, because admittedly, if she wasn't supposed to be the original prosecutor, that might have something to do with it, but Luna wouldn't. She clearly does not enjoy the idea of prosecuting two children, but she wouldn't if she didn't have strong evidence to support their involvement. So, we already know some of the evidence is the fact that Scootaloo was there, and Turning was there, and Scootaloo's scooter appears to have been, at least partially, the weapon used to kill him. It does seem like it's likely that it was just another accident. Apparently the poison joke affliction made it so that he can't stand up straight, so he could have easily fallen over. The bruise on the left side makes me think that he fell and hit something. But what did he I wonder if he fell off the bridge and then someone carried him back up the stairs and dropped him there at the foot of the bridge. Maybe when he was running from the Timberwolf, because we know he was running from, or someone was running from a Timberwolf, we know that. Maybe he fell off into the gorge, and that's how he died, and then someone carried him back up to the top and dropped him at the foot of the bridge. That's so far, these cases all seem to have pointed to, it's actually just an accident, although I don't believe that about the last one. I don't believe that. I do not believe for a moment that Overall Concept killed himself. I believe someone did that. I believe that because we already know there's shit going on in the background here. There's some kind of conspiracy and shit that's going on. And I think someone killed him. Why would he just be running up there and just suddenly decide, fuck it, I'm going to kill myself? And I've talked about that before. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I don't buy that. In this case here, stabbed twice, big bruise on the side. I'm not entirely certain that I buy that this is an accident either. But I know Scootaloo and Turning didn't do it. We already know that. So now it's just figuring out what happened, or at least what we think happened. But we will pick that up in the next video. For now, I will see you all then. Let me know what you think below. I hope you enjoyed it. Harmonia Invictus.
Open your eyes, life is all around you. Don't have to be so alone. Take a good look at this world you found and breathe, now you're finally home.